just downloaded the newest update, 0.49.1, and I immediately saw a Flareon here at the golf course. So there it is. Let's catch that. And we'll talk about what's new. 6-day streak. 2233. This is my new strongest fire type. Even stronger than the 2000 CP Flareon that Cassie and I caught the other day. I think this requires an Ultra Ball. Nice. 1-ball Flareon. Not a bad way to start the day. And it's Ember Fire Blast, which is now my best Flareon moveset also. Immediately you can already see one visual difference. The stamina bar for charge moves is now pinkish magenta. The reason for that change, I don't know. Still, good Flareon. Now, some other changes. Pokemon sprites have to load again. Check that out. They're just showing up slowly. So once that all gets downloaded, hopefully I shouldn't have to load them again. Still waiting on you, Pinsir. There you are. So here's the big change. Mass transfer. Press and hold. Select multiple Pokemon for transfer all at once. None of these Squirtles had good IVs, so I'll transfer those too. Hit transfer. Just like that, 19 Pokemon gone and a ton of candies. So easy. You can now see how many candies you have with your buddy from the buddy screen. So 22 Porygon candies. Hopefully I can get to 50 before Gen 2 releases next week, maybe? I'm tired of saying that. All we know is there's an announcement coming, more details coming on the 12th. And when looking at your Pokemon summary page, you can see how far you've walked with it. 23.8 total. What else is new? Oh yeah, type icons added to gyms, which I can't show you right now, but check it out. There's a little electric type icon under Jolteon. Normal for Tauros, fire flying for Charizard. On the surface, not a lot has changed. This thing keeps vibrating. It's the same Paris. On the surface, not a lot has changed, but the Silph Road is working on a data mine of the APK right now. I'm gonna head home. Cassie's making breakfast right now, but we should find out what's hiding under the hood very soon. Just kidding. We had to pick up some packaging for the pins, which actually turned out not how we expected. So, thumbs down for whatever that printing place was that we used.
And grumpy face.
He's actually really disappointed about it. Check it out. Tons of Pokemon right here. And the Silph Road just finished their data mine. So, here's what we know. From the latest APK, aside from the surface updates, there are some very exciting things hidden beneath the surface. For one thing, shiny Pokemon are definitely coming, according to what the Silph Road found. It's more than just a reference, it's everything in place for shiny Pokemon to be added to the game. We don't know when that's going to happen, but it is going to happen. Shiny Pokemon, if you're not familiar, are different color variants of Pokemon. In the original games, they appear at a 1 out of 8,192 rate. So that means 1 out of every 8,192 Rattata that you encounter will be shiny, and it has a different color. They don't have any special stats, they don't do anything special other than look different. The idea of shiny hunting for Pokemon in real life sounds very exciting to me. They just make for nice little trophies, sort of exciting Pokemon, something a little bit different, and they'll look really cool in gyms. They'll make you look really cool in gyms. At least to me. I'll think you're cool if you have a shiny Pokemon.
Yeah, I think they probably have one.
Shiny Pokemon? The Silph Road team also found information for gender in Pokemon GO, so you no longer have to assume your Pokemon's gender. The addition of gender definitely hints that breeding might be coming. This is a mechanic that was introduced in Second Generation, so it makes sense to include it with Gen 2 or shortly after Gen 2. Breeding allows you to put two Pokemon together and they'll make an egg. The egg is the same species as the female Pokemon, So it's possible that very soon you'll be able to breed your Pokemon to get an egg that you actually want. Breeding has some pretty important implications when it comes to adding second generation, because adding 100 new species of Pokemon is really going to dilute wild Pokemon spawns. Everything is going to become less common because there are now more possible things to encounter. Being able to breed for eggs that you actually want gives you a way to get candies for Pokemon that you need them for. I was hoping that would be a Ditto. We have the buddy system, which already accomplishes that, but, thank you.
You're welcome.
Adding breeding gives you the ability to get more candies for certain Pokemon, and it also gives you the opportunity to get Pokemon with higher IVs. As you know, Pokemon hatched from eggs have higher IVs than Pokemon caught in the wild on average. So let's say you're like me and you've caught a few Chansey in the wild, but none of them have spectacular IVs. If I'm now able to breed and have a Chansey egg, that gives me a much better chance of getting a Chansey with good IVs. Breeding could also be Niantic's way of introducing baby Pokemon, which there is also code for in the game now. There's a new buddy position referenced, baby. Right now we have shoulder, big, flying, whatever. There's a few different positions for buddy Pokemon, but now there's baby, so baby Pokemon will stand a little bit differently from other Pokemon. Maybe you'll carry them. Like Misty carries Togepi. So it's possible that baby Pokemon might not be available in the wild. You might just have to catch, say, a Magmar and then breed it and hatch that egg and you'll get a Magby. Now remember, the new code only references gender. It doesn't actually talk about breeding yet, but adding gender opens up the possibility for breeding in a future update. We'll talk more after I finish this. Cassie literally just said, "I want more Dittos," and the Pidgey I just caught transformed as she was saying it. And there's also a Hitmonlee pretty close by. It's like right over there. While we're on the way to this Hitmonlee, let's talk about the last big find in the data mine. It has to do with the upcoming Christmas event, holiday event. I mean, at least that's what we're assuming right now. It's code for Pokemon costumes. Pokemon are going to be able to wear costumes, and right now the only costume that's referenced is a holiday costume. And it's kind of funny because yesterday my friend Eric and I were talking and he said, you know, I was so confident that Gen 2's coming. What if it's just Christmas Pikachu? And I said I would be very upset if it was. But it sounds like we might actually be getting a Christmas Pikachu for this event. Among other Pokemon, holiday Snorlax,
Like
Snorlax claws.
Yeah!
So it definitely sounds like it's going to be a fun event. Aside from that, I'm not sure what's going to happen for like bonuses or anything, but it could be fun. Now, Hitmonlee, we're getting closer. I'm going to take this gym too. Check it out, here's a Pokestop. Apollo 13 plaque. One of a series of plaques designed to commemorate the space program in Downey. If you didn't know, they built a lot of spaceships here in Downey back in the day. And there's a Hitmonlee. Not an astronaut. Wait, that's Apollo 11. It's kind of weak.
Mine was 292.
Never mind, mine's 680, so I got you there.
Excuse me.
Got it. What?
Tormender.
There is?
Yeah. Where we're standing.
I don't see.
Zoom out, it's behind your...
Oh, it is. Got me there. Got it. Nope. Just transfer that. Check out that new transfer symbol. Alright. I'm not ignoring these guys, I promise. Oh, where's this? You want an Almanite?
Yes.
We'll walk over there. Wait, gym first. it's still here. What?
854.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, 816, that's not bad. How's these IVs? Ooh! It's another good Ammonite to evolve. And Charmander's here.
Someone just took down the gym.
Already?
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
How long have we been doing this?
I don't know. Hours or something.
It's been a while that we've been working on these pins.
We? You just started helping. I've been doing this all for you.
I was trying to figure out shipping.
All for you guys. And you didn't even finalize about what we're gonna do for shipping.
It's complicated. But they look good. Last one packaged. Now we gotta put all of these into these. Can we go eat first?
Yeah, let's go eat. The ink and stuff with it, does it come with it?
Are there labels included? This has become a full-scale operation. Rather than like print out 200 plus individual labels, we're just getting a label maker.
Hey, actually
label printer.
Did you want to take a protection plan?
It's too loud in there. So even though the datamine didn't uncover any new information about Gen 2, there is one change. What kind of throw was that? One change that's pretty significant. You know how the Pokemon were taking a while to appear when I was scrolling through my list this morning and just now inside? That's because those sprites, all these images here, aren't stored on your phone anymore. They're not included in the game data, and you download those every time they need to load. They're probably cached once you load them once, but if I were to close the game and reopen it, they would probably have to reload again. And, as you know, Pokemon models, like you just saw there for a second, sometimes load with a glowing ball of light. That's because Pokemon models aren't stored on your phone either. They're downloaded one time and then cached for a little while. This is huge because it means that Niantic can now theoretically flip the switch on Gen 2 and make them show up in-game at any time. They don't need to add the models to the game, they don't need to add those sprites to the game. That's all stored server-side now. They can make Gen 2 Pokemon show up at any time. God, this table's sticky. Ugh. If they were to do that, that would mean that they would be using existing moves, that there would be no new moves added for Gen 2. That's not entirely surprising because there are moves in the game already that didn't exist in first generation, so it's not like we're limited to first gen moves only right now. I would like to see a slight move rebalance with Gen 2's launch, because that would shake things up a little bit more than just adding new Pokemon. If some moves had their DPS adjusted, raised, lowered, whatever, the tier list would change completely. Let's say Water Gun gets nerfed, like it should be, and Karate Chop or some of Machamp's other moves got buffed. That would make for changes not just because there are new Pokemon added, but also because existing Pokemon have their DPS adjusted as well. I don't know how likely that is, but it's just something I'd like to see. I'm not standing in the intersection. I need to walk down for this Pokestop. out this sweet lunchbox I got today. Jason Richardson, 2002 Slam Dunk champion. You're never gonna find this anywhere. I'm not sure if we set this up correctly, but there is one more thing that I need to say was discovered in the APK, and that's all the sound effects, all the Pokemon cries for Generation 2. So now, there really is everything they need to make Generation 2 live without any further updates to the game.
Genius.
That took like 45 minutes to figure out. Alright. Let's ship some pins.